Hey guys, welcome back. It is such a delight to see people come back. I tried to do something cool. I have this awesome glitter that I was gonna put on my face and see if I could do something neat with it, but it just looks like my face is wet instead of being picked up on the camera well, so we'll see if I do that again in the future or not. Today's video is going to be about the Basano Vase, which is not what I thought that it was, but is interesting now to me for a different reason than I initially was interested in it. So when I was doing research for the Basano Vase, it's a cursed vase that kills you, as curses are wont to do, and I noticed that all of the information about it is very this thing happened to someone, but we don't know who it was or when or how. I was interested in it initially because it's a cursed object. Cursed things are so interesting, but as I was researching it, I was kind of does it even exist at all? And also, this is a real testament to the infamy of curses. This might be a little different than we usually have. I'm gonna see how it goes, but I wanted to still film it because I did research it and I wanted to tell you guys about it either way, and let me tell you about it and then we can do all that later. We can talk about it after. Usually with cursed objects, you have a pretty clear record of ownership, at least from a certain point in history. The Hope Diamond, for example, there's a pretty clear record of this person owned it, then this person owned it, etc. And you don't really have that with the Basano Vase. There's hardly any records of it being owned by anyone at all, or even really existing at all. And the majority of the legend around this vase comes from word of mouth, urban legends, folklore, and that kind of thing. Even though there's not a lot of documentation about it, there's a lot of hype about it. So when you look at lists, they're 9 cursed objects that will scare you to death. It's on a lot of them. It's on a lot of databases of haunted and cursed objects. It's on a lot of websites. It's pretty well known, and people seem to accept pretty readily that it's a cursed object that exists, but we don't really know anything about it. So the vase itself is allegedly this really simple handcrafted silver vase that was created in about 15th century Italy. No one knows who made the vase or where it came from, but the legend begins with this vase being given to a young bride in Napoli on the night before her wedding. Unfortunately, the bride never made it to the wedding. She was found dying the next morning with the vase in her arms. Accounts vary on what the cause of her death was. The kind of popular one seems to be that she was murdered, but then there are others that say that she died mysteriously of unknown causes. So, pick your spooky poison and go with that, I guess. The other thing we don't really know is the name of the bride or of the groom or anything else at all, literally at all, about that story. It was given to a bride the night before a wedding, and then she died, and that is the thickest that case file is gonna get. So basically the family gives the vase to a different family member within the bride's family, who then also dies. Still no names, still no real location. I assume this was also Napoli, but family's all over, man. So then they gave it to another family member who died, and that's when the family was this vase might be a problem. It seems that it brings death to anyone who owns it, so maybe we shouldn't own it. So the family hides the vase away, and no one knows where it was hidden or how, or even if it was hidden at all. There are some speculation that it was buried by a priest maybe, or that a priest hid it away in general in some kind of holy place to contain the curse. It's just, we don't really know where it went. So 15th century Italy, bride dies, family member dies, vase disappears. That's all the info we have on that at all. So the vase is essentially disappeared for hundreds of years until 1988, when a child digs it up. I say child, maybe it was a teen, a young person digs it up. Allegedly, the vase contained a note that said, "Beware, this vase brings death to whoever possesses it." Seems clear to me. Everyone was basically just like, fuck it, fake news, and sold it to a pharmacist for 4 million lira. Which, like, don't freak out. 4 million lira really ain't nothing. It's like 2,500 US dollars. $2,500 is not a little chunk of change, but like in comparison to a number like 4 million, 2,500 is a little more like, oh, okay. So like an amount of money a normal person would have, not like a, it just doesn't wet the palate the same way, you know what I mean? Anyway, we don't know the name of the person who found it, the person who sold it, the person who bought it, because that's just kind of the nature of this situation. We don't know anything about anyone or anything at all. So the pharmacist dies all mysterious, and obviously we don't know how he died. So the family sells the vase to another doctor, who I guess is not really fazed, like, oh, I'm a doctor, I guess I'll cure whatever this supernatural corpse crafter throws at me. So he dies young, and then the vase goes to an archaeologist, who is still not got a name. So then he dies. Then the vase goes to another person whose occupation is unknown. Unknown. And then that person dies. It seems pretty, I mean, it's a cursed vase, so, you know, death gonna get you if it gonna get you, especially when you're cursed. And please don't think I'm like getting bored and just cutting down the details for time or something like that, because I am really giving you all the details that I have that I thought were reliable, which, you know, that's it, really. So then we have the next owner, the final owner, who gets the vase and is like, something's up with this shit, and throws the vase away. And Finn. That's the deets. That's the whole story about the Basano vase. I did find one source that goes a little bit farther and says that the legend holds that the vase, when it was thrown away, was thrown out of a window and hit a police officer. And the officer, rather than arresting him for assault of a police officer, was like, here's a fine, take your vase, please. And the owner's like, arrest me. I will go to jail before I touch that vase again. Like, throw them on me, man. I ain't dying today. So it kind of ends here. I don't know if it was buried again or if it was given to a priest again. Maybe it was placed in a coffin or something. Maybe someone buried it in their neighbor Tammy's yard, hoping for the Lord to do what he will. Yeah, we don't really know. That's a story. I know that I sounded really just like fed up when I was talking about this, but I guess it's just because I thought I just was kind of exasperated with there being so many facts that could have actual information that just were, someone died, and then someone else died, and then someone else died who was a pharmacist, and then someone else died who was a doctor, and on, and now it's gone. I just think that it's so interesting that that's the info that's available about this, and yet it's really notorious as something that seems to have existed, but who knows if it did or not, you know? It's just interesting when we're talking about things that are paranormal, where there's such this atmosphere of like, but where's the proof? I want proof of it. And it's the situation where the answer to any question about it at all is, and their general reaction is like, yeah, okay, I'll believe that. It's so amazing to me. This is great. This story is great. I know that I seem really like annoyed by it when I was talking about it, but I think this is so great. This is such a testament to like, people want to believe in things that they don't have proof about because people just want to believe in something without having to prove it. It's just so interesting. It's just so interesting, and people are so interesting. The world around us is so interesting, and supernatural is so interesting, and the normal world is so interesting. This is great. I really liked this one. I don't know, I hope you guys liked it too. I know I'm all like stoked up about it. I know it was short, and I know that there was no real info in it, but I don't know. You tell me what you think. Like, what do you think? Do the vase is real? Do you think the vase is not real? Do you have comments about what people believe and what people want to believe, and the desire to believe in things that you don't know, and just to believe in things. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I'm just excited. It's okay if no one else thinks it's interesting. Just tell me in a comment or something, and I can try to avoid things that don't really have like super facts like this kind of thing, and we can work together. Anyway, whatever your thoughts are about it, let me know in the comment section below. Subscribe if you want to see more videos about the odd, the creepy, and the unexplained. Thumb me if you think you know me like that. And above all else, I feel like this is such a theme of this channel in general, or I hope it will be. It is a wonderful thing to believe in the unbelievable. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye. Oh, liquor chill.